Hey guys, welcome to Trading with Emotions. This is not financial advice, guys. We're just trying to have some fun, okay? I'm going to be talking about this squeeze scenario. It's going to be one of many, okay? So these are specifically made off of just historical events, fib levels, options, stuff like that. This one's going to be specifically talking about options and fib levels and how the technicals of it also have a influence as to how these patterns play out, right? Here we actually have us going up around early March. If we did play out this wedge, we would break out of the wedge and bounce off of resistance until we reach this projector pattern, right? I went ahead and obviously based it off of the cycle that I have going on. The projector is playing out next week, which doesn't mean much, but if we do have a breakout of this wedge and start to build this sort of projector pattern where they bring us up and then bring us down and then bring us up and then bring us down, we're slowly staring our way into what the squeeze will be, or ultimately the next level that they're going to hit us at to bring us down. I don't want you to think that I personally think this is going to 280. This is just one scenario that I'm giving out. I'm going to be putting out multiple scenarios just to give you guys more room to work with. So for these fib levels, guys, we do have blue being the 0%. We have pink being the 78.6, and then white just being 1. But these levels were basically able to find a comfortable spot at which they have taken AMC down before. Now, one thing that I keep pushing out, guys, in the live videos, fact that I think all of this is reverse psychology in the end, like the fact that they are picking these levels and sort of hyping up these levels. A lot of the times they will push out this narrative and these levels don't even get hit. It could go beyond that or it could go lower than that. That's something that we won't know and we don't know. So it's really important to note that just because history repeats itself in that way does not mean that we're going to hit these levels. This is just mathematically structured so you guys can see it from that perspective, that there's a lot of numbers involved in all this. So not only the fib levels are important, but also the option expiration dates. And this is where it gets kind of interesting because the cycle I have placed is obviously 62 days long. For those of you who have been following me, you know that this cycle is 62 days long. If you go ahead and extend the next cycle that's happening, it ends on the March 18th quadruple witching date. And that's really, really important because I don't know what they have behind the doors, guys, but if we were to compare this to the June run-up started to go up May 13th, okay? So if we have something similar happen, but just not in the same way, because remember, these are completely different scenarios. When you're dealing with different price levels, technicals, and FOMO and news, all this stuff matters. So if we're able to make this projector around what was this blue pattern, and the reason I'm using the blue pattern is because it's the most frequent, and I'm going to make that assumption that the fact that it's the prettiest pattern out there and it's a reflection of what was the June run-up, I'm going to use that to basically construct this projector, this larger projector that will later shoot out this volume within this next cycle. So if this plays out, then obviously we're going to be dealing with a different cycle, and they would bring us down to new levels. Basically, we'd go up to that 280 level, and then they would short it again and then cycle it more. Now, guys, please, 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 this does not mean that we're going to 280 and we're going to come down. This is just a scenario based off of options and fib levels, okay? Historical fib levels and historical option dates. So the reason why it's structured in this way is because, well, March 18th is a quadruple witching date, and June 18th was a quadruple witching date. And what happened was they ran up AMC and then shorted it on June 3rd. So if we have a similar scenario happen and they pick March 18th being that quadruple witching date, that would be the best fit for this model. You know, like March 3rd, and then they would short it down again, do the same thing they did with the option chain with AMC and collect these premiums, right? They would open up, I don't know, like maybe $560 contracts, and then they would short it after they collect all this premium and prolong the squeeze even more. So if that scenario is likely to happen, in my opinion, it would look like this. So this is just going to be one scenario, guys. I'm going to be posting multiple in the future, and the other ones are going to be a little bit different and not focus so much on options or fib levels. And yeah, guys, just kind of wanted to share that with you, and come to the live sessions, dude. We have some fun. We play dope music. You know, we throw elephants in the chat, and it's a good time. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and love you guys. Fucking love you guys. Bye-bye.